$250 is a lot of money, but what's life like without a little bit of fun? Hey guys, my name is Ryan, and today we have a very special video planned. I'm currently visiting San Francisco, California, and today we're going to be meeting up with my friend Elisa to film a video for her channel. If you want to know what to eat in San Francisco in 24 hours, there's a link to that video in the description below. As you can tell by the title, we spent $250 on food in one day, and that's kind of a lot. While this channel talks about personal finance and the importance of budgeting, saving, and investing, we all have to save money occasionally. We all have to spend money occasionally. While this channel talks about personal finance and the importance of budgeting, saving, and investing, we all have to spend money occasionally, and food is definitely my guilty pleasure. Drop me one of these if that's your guilty pleasure too. So today, we're going to talk about all the food that Elisa and I ate in one day, some behind the scenes footage of making the Feed MileagePlus video, and my thoughts on collabs and how you should approach them too. While I would call myself a foodie because I love going to new places and trying new things, I am not a food reviewer, so check out Elisa's video for a professional opinion. With that being said, smash the like button and let's hop into my regular person food review. Alright, we're going to our first stop, and man, this shit is so good. Alright, let me try to do a better review. The first place we went to is called Pineapple King Bakery, and we spent $6.10 here. So Pineapple King Bakery is known for their pineapple buns, and for breakfast we decided to get 2 buns to start off our day. The 2 buns that we got were guava butter and ube, and man, they were so good. Sometimes pineapple buns are really dry, and they're really not that tasty when they are, but these were perfectly moist. The ube crust and the ube filling were really rich and not too sweet, and the guava butter one melted in your mouth. Honestly, the guava butter low-key looks like spam, but it's a really interesting twist on a traditional pineapple bun. The second place we went to is Santung, and we spent $18.20 there. We got these dried fried chicken wings, but honestly, these were some of the best wings that I've ever had. The texture was perfect, and the wings were still crispy, even though that there was a sauce on them, and it was sweet, it was salty, it had a little bit of a kick, but I would definitely go back for these again. I'm eating these with chopsticks so I don't get my fingers dirty, but honestly, I eat everything with chopsticks anyways, but these wings were super good. The third place we went to is Shanghai House, and we paid $14.90 for their pan-fried pork buns. So I've had a lot of pan-fried pork buns in my day, and these are easily one of the best that I've ever had. Sometimes when these places make these pan-fried pork buns, the wrapper is like really doughy and really thick, and that kind of like muddles with the flavor and the meat, but these were super thin and they were super crispy. Like, it was such a satisfying bite. The pork inside was seasoned perfectly, it was savory, it was juicy, there was so much flavor, it wasn't dried out, and it was such a good balance and ratio of meat and bun, and I really liked these. The next place we went to is called Mama Hoo Hoo, and we paid $11.48 for their sweet and spicy chicken sandwich. This was probably the most interesting thing that we ate because it's a fried chicken sandwich served on top of a bowl of bao or pineapple bun. In the sandwich, you have the fried chicken, some coleslaw, and this tangy spicy sauce, and it's all sandwiched between a pineapple bun that makes a really interesting combination. You have the bun that's sweet, the chicken that's savory, and the sauce that's hot that makes a really interesting and unique combo. It's well balanced and tastes really good, and I really enjoyed it. So much that I ate some of Elisa's half, so sorry about that. The next place we went to was a boba place called Tea Hut, and we spent $14.25. Elisa is definitely the boba queen, so I'll leave the review to her, but we got 2 drinks. One's called the Strawberry Energy, and the second is a mochi soy milk tea. The Strawberry Energy was topped with cheese foam, and honestly, it was super refreshing and a nice break from the food that we've had so far. The mochi soy milk tea was also really interesting because it came with these mochis on a stick that you could essentially dip and eat, which was a really interesting experience. Obviously, you have your classic drinks like black milk tea, jasmine green milk tea, brown sugar milk tea, but these 2 drinks from Tea Hut were a nice way to mix things up and try something unique. The next place we went to is called Garden Creamery, and we spent $8.91 there. Garden Creamery specializes in unique ice cream flavors, and some of them are more Asian-centric, and the 3 that we got were an ube flavor, a kaya flavor, and a horchata flavor. All I can say is that all 3 flavors slapped, and the ube ice cream is probably the best that I've ever had. It was super rich, super creamy, and really authentic. The next stop we went to is Ken Sushi, and we spent $97.66. From Ken, we got their sashimi omakase and their masu ikura don. Not only was this some of the prettiest sushi that I've seen in the States, but the fish was super high quality and super tender. It melted in your mouth, and it was such a well thought out assortment of fish. The masu ikura don had sushi rice flavored with mushroom, yuzu, sesame, and egg underneath, and that was a perfect complement to the salmon. The next place we went to is called Dumpling Home, and we spent $38.64. Dumpling Home is known for their xiaolongbao or soup dumplings, and these soup dumplings were some of my favorite that I've had. Kinda like Shanghai House, the dumpling wrapper was super thin, but it still held the soup and the meat inside. We got 3 different flavors, original, spicy, and this crab one, and honestly, they were all so good. The soups had a nice balance of being savory and acidic, and they complemented the meat so well, and it was just the most satisfying bite. While we only went to Dumpling Home for the dumplings, they have a pretty big menu with other things, and I definitely would want to go back to try everything else. Next, we went to Naya Dessert Bar, and we spent $19 flat. At Naya, we got their mango sticky rice shaved ice, and it was pretty interesting. The ice rice texture was light and creamy, and it was a nice base for the mango and the sticky rice to go on. Because it's not mango season, the mango wasn't super ripe, but when you eat it with the sticky rice and the shaved ice, it was still pretty good. And the last place we went to was Urban Ritual, where we spent $22.02. Before coming to SF, I knew that Urban Ritual is Elisa's favorite boba shop, so I really wanted to put this on the list. We ordered 3 different drinks, a matcha toffee with creme brulee pudding, a black sesame drink with drinkable mochi, and the creme brulee signature drink. I had pretty high expectations for Urban Ritual because Elisa talked about them a lot, but honestly, they were so good and I really enjoyed all 3 drinks. While the creme brulee drink was probably my favorite, the most interesting one was the black sesame drink because it had this drinkable mochi. This drinkable mochi was exactly what it sounds like. It was almost like this mochi glue. It was like liquidy but solid at the same time, but the only way I could try to describe it is like drinking liquid marshmallow. I don't know, it was really weird, but I actually really liked it. But that wraps up my regular person food review. Head over to Elisa's channel for a more in-depth look at all the food that we ate. Wow, that was a lot of food, but honestly, that was so much fun. If you want to check out the full in-depth review, check out the video on Elisa's channel because she's definitely the veteran when it comes to food reviews. But honestly, working with Elisa on these videos was so much fun and I learned a lot. She's been doing this for a few years, but is super professional and really efficient when it comes to filming. We had 2 cameras and 2 phones to film everything, but the way that she would juggle everything to get the best angles was really cool to see. Obviously, she has a lot of experience in making these food videos, but it was really cool to see someone who does this full time in action and in the field when filming.
I'm filming and then you're filming me filming.
Yep. Whether we were filming in restaurants or filming in the car, we would always make sure that the camera angles looked good, the lighting was good, and we would even switch seats or switch parking spots if the lighting wasn't good enough. Usually when going out to eat with my friends, I'm usually that guy that kind of positions the food to get the optimal picture, but I was very humbled when watching Elisa work and watching her arrange the table and the food for the optimal angles. It was a full day of food and a full day of eating, and even with used up memory cards and used up battery packs, it was just really rewarding to create. But just like how I'm filming now, there are some bloopers and some fun moments that don't make it into the final cut. I think that's one of the best parts about YouTube though. It helps you meet other creators. While Elisa has been creating content and doing this for a few years now, I met her a little over a year ago around the time I first started. Her channel has seen such a lot of growth and she's seen such well-deserved growth and success, but while we're filming, I was putting it on my Instagram story and some of my friends replied like, "Oh, how do you know feedmeimei?" or "Whoa, that's so cool." My biggest piece of advice for anyone that wants to do a collab is simple. Just be a friend first. Social media and vanity numbers like views, subscribers, followers, likes, etc. make it really easy for us to compare, but that can really easily turn into a game of clout chasing. Although numbers can be cool, the most valuable and the most important thing that we can take away from this is connection and the relationships that we build. At the end of the day, everyone behind the camera and behind the screen, including you and including me, are human, and humans really value relationship building. If you want to do a collab with someone or you want to know someone better, don't go into it with a mindset of, oh, how can this person benefit me? Go into it with the mindset of, how can I be a friend to this person? I'm super grateful to have met so many amazing people through YouTube, and 100% of the time it wasn't, how can these people benefit me? It's, I think you're really cool and I'd love to be friends. Friendship is so much more valuable and impactful than an increase in subscribers, and at the end of the day, that's what you're gonna remember when you're making these videos. For example, this is still a small YouTube channel too, but I've had people DM me on Instagram saying, "Oh, you want to collab?" and I've literally never seen them before and I've never heard of them until they just DM'd me. And at that point, it's almost a guaranteed no because I don't know you and there's no foundation. When you go in with genuine intentions and you don't expect anything at all, that's when you're gonna see the best returns. When Elisa and I were filming this video together, we literally started in the morning and we didn't finish until midnight. What are you gonna talk about if you're not already friends? One of the best parts about YouTube is that you surround yourself and you meet all these cool creators, and that's something that you all have in common. But at the end of the day, we're all still people too, and we all have complex identities around our family, our friends, our hobbies, relationships, finances, and more. But that's what makes all of us human, no matter what the vanity numbers say. With that being said, I want to give a huge shout out to Elisa from feedmeimei for not only showing me around SF, bringing me along the most amazing food tour, but also just being a really good friend and a really cool person. I'll have a link in the description to the video that we made for her channel, but check it out for a more in-depth food tour. Even though I love personal finance and I believe in saving and investing to create a better financial future, there's nothing wrong on spending money here and there, especially on things that bring you joy, and for me, one of those things is food. But if you enjoyed this video and found any of these tips helpful, please smash the like button because it really helps me out and it helps me in the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you want to see more videos on finance and fashion, and leave a comment on what your favorite food in this video was. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you stay financially fashionable.